considering that you have arrived here for a book, why don't I help you find the proper place? Oh, who am I? I am Tepig. As you can see, I'm kind of a little bit toy-like, and I come to life very easily. Yeah. That just happens. That kind of thing just happens here in this very magical library. So, welcome to this magical library of sorts. So, what is it that you are looking for specifically? Are you looking for philosophical books? Are you looking for books that help with, like, your studies if you're in college or something? Are you a professor? What kind of book are you looking for? It could even be fantasy or historical. It can be anything. It can take you in the right direction. We have paper covered books. We have hardcovers. We got all kinds of books here that arrive here all the time. We do have a magical subsection of books, and those possess spells, and we also have cookbooks in that area, because there are certain kinds of food in our world that are particularly magical in their composition and the way that they get to be made. And overall, the books just sound nice to tap sometimes. That also, you can say, is a form of magic. So sometimes we just have a little area in the library where it's just dedicated to that. There is no screaming or anything. It's just really quiet. It's just a dedicated area for it, in which there are just whispers and all sorts of nice little things that you can do. It's just neat. Is there something that you are looking for specifically? Oh, you just want you want the book taps. You want the book taps, and I could tap a book for you. I can try. There are Pokemon trainers here, so they can help with tapping some of the books, but I can try. Again, I am a toy after all. I am a toy tapping, so. Yeah, it depends on what it is. Depends on what it is. But it is very helpful. Well, I'll tell you what kind of books I like while you listen to the tappies. So, my favorite books are the fantasy books. I find them to be very exciting. And when I'm not in the library, I get to practice my fire type moves, and I get to try to imitate what the fantasy books talk about. Yeah, it is kind of fun to do that. Fun to try to make a stronger flamethrower, or considering I'm fairly small, heat crash isn't going to do a lot of damage, but it isn't going to do a lot like during battles. But I still try my best, try to use certain accessories that make me heavier, so that then heat crash can do a lot more damage, which is pretty good. Actually, now that I think about it, you did come here last week. I remember. Yeah, you came here last week. You were asking about a about a cookbook or a magic cookbook? What was that about? Oh yes, now I remember. You were talking about berries. You were talking about orb berries, some citrus berries. You were talking about all sorts of them. You were talking about wiki berries too, a lot of other ones. Then you got like the normal ones, the raspberries, the strawberries, the blueberries, and then you got blackberries too. There's a lot more probably, including the ones that come from the Pokemon world. Well, you see, so let me explain what's going on. Where you are currently is a library at the intersection between the fantastical world of Pokemon and other fantasy realms. And then you have like the intersection between the quote real world. Yeah, that's where like I basically am not there. Like I can't enter that world because of certain laws within that place. And then there's like a lot of other worlds that I can't be in. Like I can try to go in, but it can cause some issues as there aren't Pokemon within those realms. Actually, I'm so sorry. I probably should get you a book right away. I'm sorry for the wait. I do think it was worth explaining, where you are, considering that, there is so much going on in this library, But okay, so you are looking for the one cookbooks that had to do with magic, so it would be around the letter M. Okay. M. Yeah, there. M. Okay. So we have a book here for you. We have a book here. And there are many different recipes in here. There's lots of different introductory writing on it. Introductory writing. Yes. And what it also possesses is oh yes, the other part, it's that it is handwritten. It's handwritten. So like there is none of that reader stuff here. Since it's a magical cookbook, it would seem that the writer from times past, not too far into the past though, decided that he would keep it written in this written form, and it had help in distributing this by allowing certain amount of copies of this one book. And I do believe it possesses precisely what you need. It does have a section about berries, the section B4, not to be confused with the word before, but yes, around there. Okay, let me, right here. Here it has the different kind of ways that you can use these berries, the different spells or chants that you can use. You can also create a sort of incense if you are into the divine realms. In the Pokemon world, well, I'm sure you are familiar with Arceus and a bunch of the other mythical and legendary Pokemon that seem to appear. Yes, well, this book takes that into consideration in the L7 section. Yeah, that section, L7, talks about the different legendary Pokemon, talks about Pokemon that may or may not be involved with the process of creation. The more grounded one, the more nature-driven ones. One of the nature-driven ones that is often referenced in this book is Landorus, but specifically Landorus Therian. Yes, because the more, I guess you could say, humanoid or djinn form of Landorus, well, rarely do they want to invoke that form of Landorus. They want to keep it as close to its natural form as possible. So when invoking Landorus Therian, they make sure to call for its Therian form, and by doing all sorts of things that are natural with the earth, they make sure to give some sort of offering to that Pokemon in order for things to go as planned for the meal prep that they want to do for any specific purpose with the berries. Another thing about the berries is that they can be used for healing, they can be used for strength, especially combined together, right? Because orange berries give a huge surge of energy, that is correct. But there are so many other kinds of different combinations when it comes to the different ways in which you mix the berries together. You can roast them, you can eat them raw, you can decide to mash them and mix them together and make a particular liquid, whichever you can. In fact, in the Pokemon realm, there is a variation of what is called the elixir of long life and the philosopher's stone. Those are legendary items in alchemy. So in the Pokemon realm, there is an equivalent to that, but with berries and any sort of nature legendary Pokemon or mythical Pokemon that has to relate to nature. They use berries for these sort of things. It's pretty impressive the kind of things that they are able to create. So, has that satisfied you enough with the explanation? Oh, yes. Okay. So, you're going to use this particular book, right? Alright. Well, I hope you do understand you do have a certain time period by which you get to keep the book. You have to remember that you pay right now at the register, and you make sure that what you are giving is the correct amount of money. The money here is a little more universal, given that it's at the intersection of so many different realms and dimensions. We accept many kinds of currencies and we adopt it to a specific system here. So you don't need to worry about whatever kind of money you're carrying. It's all taken care of and will be converted, and we will be giving you the change if a certain amount of money surpasses what is the amount of what you are giving us. Okay. So, yes, you have the particular book. Is there anything else you're searching for? No? Well, okay. I do hope that you enjoy the book. Here you go. Here you go. So please do enjoy the book. Enjoy it. Read as much as you can. Remember that there is a time limit to it. We usually give those who are across dimensions, we give them about 30 days or 40 days for them to return it. The reason for 40 days is because sometimes traveling between dimensions can be a little bit of a bother. So we do give them the extra time. We basically keep in with communication with them. So you shouldn't have any problems. I do believe that you do live in a nearby world that is quite close to the library. Okay, that is good. All right. So that should help. All right. Do take the book. Do enjoy, and I will see you soon.